In a galaxy on the brink of annihilation, where ancient forces threaten to erase entire star systems, humanity must navigate the fragile balance between diplomacy and survival. Captain Elias Run, leader of Earth's Interstellar Alliance, stands at the center of a momentous council meeting, a gathering of diverse alien species united by a single, daunting goal: to face the shadowy, insidious enemy known only as the Dominion. With trust in short supply and alliances harder than ever to form, Elias must prove that humanity is more than just a fledgling race. It is a force worth allying with. But as the weight of the galaxy's future presses down, Elias will learn that even the smallest misstep could cost everything. The fate of the universe rests on their ability to unite against a common enemy, and the trials to come will test the very core of what it means to be allies. The scene begins with an expansive view of the cosmos, framed through the towering windows of a spaceship's council chamber. The vastness of space stretches out before the council members, offering a sense of both awe and insignificance. The chamber itself is a blend of futuristic technology and elegance, with advanced systems seamlessly integrated into its design. A faint hum of this technology fills the air, creating an atmosphere of quiet sophistication. The architecture of the room reflects the unity of diverse civilizations, each species contributing to the sophisticated and harmonious layout. Within the chamber, an assembly of alien beings from across the galaxy is gathered. The seats are arranged in a crescent shape, with each representative occupying a seat that mirrors their unique form. These beings are a testament to the vast diversity of life thriving in distant star systems, and their presence in the chamber underscores the complexity of the Intergalactic Council. As conversations unfold in dozens of languages, the sounds merge into a low, ambient murmur. The presence of holographic translators helps to bridge the linguistic gaps, ensuring that everyone is able to communicate effectively despite their varied forms of speech. At the center of the room, the figure that commands the most attention is a towering reptilian alien, Crano, a representative of the Zorthian race. Its massive frame dominates the chamber, radiating both intimidation and majesty. The creature is adorned with sharp spines, which shimmer subtly under the chamber's lighting, adding to its imposing appearance. Embedded within its scales are glowing blue technological nodes, pulsing rhythmically, hinting at a deep connection between the alien and the advanced technology it uses. Its amber eyes, fierce and intelligent, scan the room, asserting its dominance and presence over the assembly. Crano is no ordinary alien. It represents an ancient warrior race, known for its strength, resilience, and unparalleled strategic brilliance. The Council had summoned Crano for a reason. A pivotal moment in galactic history was unfolding, one that required the strength and leadership of a species like the Zorthians. Despite its intimidating aura, Crano remains silent for now, waiting for the next steps to unfold. The other representatives, although diverse in form and origin, are clearly aware of the gravity of the situation, understanding that this meeting could change the fate of the galaxy. Captain Elias Run steps forward, representing Earth's Interstellar Alliance in this critical meeting. The human is dressed in a sleek, black uniform adorned with the emblem of Earth's alliance, signaling their role as a leader in intergalactic diplomacy. Despite standing before the towering figure of Crano, Elias shows no sign of fear or hesitation. Their posture is calm and confident, embodying the steady resolve required for this high-stakes moment. While Crano's sheer size and power command respect and evoke awe, Elias remains composed, exuding an air of quiet authority that speaks volumes about their leadership. Throughout the galaxy, Elias is known for their exceptional skill in diplomacy, particularly with species that are often hostile or distrustful of humans. Their reputation precedes them in the Council, but the stakes have never been higher. The meeting in this chamber is not just about negotiating an alliance. It's about determining the fate of countless civilizations across the galaxy. The looming threat of the Dominion, a relentless and destructive force, has pushed many species to the edge, and now, It is up to Elias to navigate these delicate negotiations and ensure humanity plays a crucial role in the collective defense. As Elias approaches Crano, the room falls silent, the weight of the moment hanging heavily in the air. The other council members, many of whom are still skeptical of humanity's place in galactic affairs, watch intently. This is a pivotal moment not just for Elias, but for the future of the galaxy. The human captain knows that their actions in this moment could either solidify humanity's role as an ally or cast them as a mere observer in the galaxy's ongoing conflict. The pressure to succeed is immense, but Elias remains unshaken, fully aware of the importance of the steps they are about to take. In this charged atmosphere, Elias's calm demeanor acts as a stabilizing force. They are the embodiment of humanity's potential to rise above the doubts and fears of other species, showing that Earth's place in the galaxy is not defined by its youth or size, but by its willingness to work together with others. Despite the vast differences between the species present in the room, Elias's approach demonstrates that diplomacy and understanding can transcend barriers. Their ability to engage with such a powerful and ancient species as the Zorthians marks a critical step in humanity's journey from isolation to active participation in galactic matters. As Elias steps forward to meet Crano, the atmosphere in the room shifts dramatically. The murmurs of the other council members fade into a tense silence, all attention focused on the human captain and the towering alien warlord. With the stakes so high, the moment feels charged, the entire galaxy's future hanging in the balance. Elias, unshaken by the immense size and power of Crano, extends their hand in a universal gesture of peace. This simple, yet profound action speaks volumes. Regardless of the many differences between species, humanity is extending the olive branch in the hope of forging an alliance based on trust and mutual respect. Crano, the warlord of the Zorthian race, hesitates for a moment, studying Elias intently. The alien's amber eyes pierce through the human with an intensity that could intimidate even the most seasoned diplomat. For a moment, it seems as if Crano might reject the gesture, but then, slowly and deliberately, the massive creature lowers its head. The room collectively holds its breath, the tension palpable, as Elias's hand rests gently on Crano's cool, textured scales. The moment is symbolic. An unspoken bond forms between the two, transcending species, language, and history. The quiet acceptance of the gesture breaks the tension in the room. A deep exhale seems to sweep across the chamber, as if the galaxy itself has momentarily relaxed. The other representatives, who had been observing with skepticism and doubt, now watch with a mix of awe and understanding. It is a rare moment in galactic diplomacy, one where two vastly different beings, representing different civilizations, make a connection that promises hope for a united future. For Crano, this act signifies something more than mere politeness. It suggests that perhaps, despite their ancient warrior instincts, the Zorthian race can trust humanity. Elias's calm yet determined voice cuts through the silence as they speak of peace, unity, and the shared responsibility to protect what matters to all civilizations. Their words resonate throughout the chamber, the sincerity of their message undeniable. Crano responds with a voice that reverberates through the room, its deep tones translating into multiple languages, each one carrying weight and history. Though Crano remains cautious, acknowledging that trust must be earned, the gesture itself marks a significant turning point. What began as a tense and uncertain meeting now has the potential to evolve into a fragile but hopeful alliance, built on mutual respect and understanding. As the tension slowly begins to dissolve in the council chamber, Elias speaks with firm conviction, reinforcing the idea that humanity is not here to conquer, but to form alliances with other species. Their words are measured but filled with a strong sense of purpose. They stress that the future of countless civilizations depends on their ability to stand together, to protect their homes and people from the looming threat of the Dominion. This declaration is not only a call for cooperation, but a pledge to act as equals in this galaxy-wide struggle. The message is clear. Humanity, may be a newcomer to galactic diplomacy, but their commitment to the survival of all life is unwavering. The room is filled with murmurs of approval as Elias speaks, their message of peace and unity resonating with many of the council members. While some species may still harbor doubts about humanity's role, the strength of Elias's conviction is hard to ignore. They are not just representing Earth. They are speaking for all those who yearn for a united front against the Dominion. The council members, initially skeptical about humanity's capacity for leadership, begin to reassess their views. Elias's words, spoken with a calm yet undeniable authority, create a ripple of respect throughout the room, shifting the perception of humanity's place in the galaxy. Crano, still looming in the center of the chamber, responds with measured caution. The Zorthian warlord acknowledges that trust must be earned, and that the alliance between their people and humanity will not be forged overnight. However, Crano also makes it clear that the human captain has taken the first step, an important and symbolic action in the eyes of the Zorthian race. The act of extending a hand in peace, despite the potential danger it posed, has garnered Crano's curiosity. This is no small feat. The Zorthians are a fierce, ancient race, and for one of their own to express even a hint of respect for humanity signals a significant shift in their outlook. Despite Crano's cautious stance, the atmosphere in the chamber has shifted from tension to one of cautious optimism. The other council members, still observing closely, begin to exchange looks of approval. While the alliance remains fragile, this moment has marked a turning point. The foundation of trust, however small, has been laid. There is a recognition that the stakes are too high for any species to act alone, and that a united front is humanity's best hope against the Dominion. The Council's acceptance of Elias's words and actions represents the beginning of what could be a long and difficult journey, but one that promises the possibility of a more united and resilient galaxy. Crano's response to the tentative peace between humanity and the Zorthians comes with a clear warning. The Zorthian warlord makes it clear that the alliance will not come easily. The Zorthian people have a long history of war and conflict, and they do not form alliances lightly. If humanity wants to be a part of this intergalactic coalition, they must prove themselves worthy. The trials ahead will be demanding, and any failure could result in the Zorthians abandoning humanity and its allies. This statement is not a threat, but a solemn declaration of the Zorthian race's expectations, and it underscores the harsh realities of intergalactic diplomacy. Elias listens carefully to Crano's words, fully aware of the gravity of the situation. They nod in understanding, their expression resolute. Elias is no stranger to difficult negotiations or the challenges of building alliances in a galaxy fraught with conflict. They are aware that the road ahead will be filled with obstacles and dangers, but they are not deterred. The stakes could not be higher, and Elias knows that humanity's survival and place in the galaxy depend on the success of these trials. The message is clear. If they fail to rise to the occasion, the fragile alliance could collapse, and the consequences would be dire for all involved. Despite the intimidating nature of the Zorthian demands, Elias accepts the challenge without hesitation. Their calm and measured response reinforces the human desire to earn the trust of the other species in the room. They acknowledge the difficulty of the trials ahead, but emphasize that humanity will not shrink from the challenge. Instead, they will face it head-on with determination and the willingness to adapt. Elias's confidence serves as both a promise and a challenge to their allies. Humanity may be young in the galactic stage, but they are not to be underestimated. Their survival depends on their ability to earn the trust and respect of the other species, and they are prepared to do whatever it takes. The room absorbs the weight of Elias's words, and the Zorthian presence looms large over the proceedings. Crano, though still guarded, appears to respect Elias's resolve. It is a rare quality to face such a powerful species and yet stand firm in the face of their demands. The other council members, who have observed humanity's rise on the galactic stage with skepticism, begin to regard Elias with newfound respect. The acceptance of the trials is not just a promise of action, but a display of humanity's commitment to its place in the larger intergalactic community. While the alliance is still fragile, Elias's determination to meet Krano's challenge marks a pivotal moment in the Council's history, one that could shape the future of the galaxy. As the meeting in the Council chamber comes to an end, Elias reflects on the enormity of the task ahead. They stand by the window, gazing out at the vast expanse of stars that stretch across the galaxy. Each star represents a different system, a different world, with countless lives that could be affected by the decisions made here today. The scale of the challenge is overwhelming, yet Elias feels a sense of responsibility settle over them. The Dominion, an ancient and destructive force, looms in the background of these deliberations, casting a shadow over every conversation. This threat has forced the galaxy's civilizations to set aside their differences, but the path to unity is fraught with complexities. Elias understands that the Council's work is only beginning, and it is uncertain whether this fragile alliance will hold. The human captain's mind shifts to the Dominion, the relentless and insidious enemy that has been ravaging star systems across the galaxy. The Dominion is not just a military threat, but an existential one. Its ability to consume entire systems without leaving a trace of life in its wake is a terrifying prospect. This dark force is unlike anything the galaxy has faced before, and it has pushed the once fractured Council members to the brink of desperation. The unity that has emerged in the chamber, while tenuous, is humanity's best hope for survival. The challenge now is to maintain that unity, despite the underlying mistrust and skepticism that still lingers in the minds of many species. Despite the daunting task ahead, Elias finds a glimmer of hope in the Council's response. For the first time, humanity has been acknowledged as a legitimate partner in the galactic community. Krano, the Zorthian warlord, may have laid down the gauntlet with his warning, but there is an unspoken recognition that this moment signifies a turning point. The willingness of the Zorthians to consider an alliance, even on such harsh terms, marks a significant shift in their attitude toward humanity. Elias knows that much work remains to be done, but this first step is crucial. It is a sign that, despite the differences and the weight of history, cooperation is possible, if only the species involved are willing to face the trials together. As Elias prepares to leave the chamber, their communicator chirps, signaling that their presence is needed back on the Resolute. Lieutenant Morgan, their trusted second-in-command, relays the message that Admiral Asha is requesting an immediate debriefing. The day is far from over, and Elias knows that the Council's adjournment marks the beginning of an even greater struggle. The alliance may be fragile, but it is a spark of hope in the darkness. Elias feels the weight of the galaxy's future resting on their shoulders, but they are resolute in their belief that trust and cooperation can be forged, even in the face of overwhelming odds. As they step onto the transporter pad, Elias's thoughts turn to the trials ahead, knowing that they have just begun a journey that will demand everything they have, and more. As Elias steps off the transporter pad, they find themselves back aboard the Resolute, the flagship of Earth's interstellar alliance. The weight of the recent Council meeting still lingers, but there is no time to dwell on it. The ship's corridors are bustling with activity as the crew prepares for the challenges ahead. The Alliance has just taken its first step toward unity, but the trials outlined by Krano and the Zorthian race are far from over. There is still much to prove to the other species of the galaxy, and Elias is well aware that humanity's actions in the coming days will determine the success or failure of this fragile alliance. As Elias walks toward the command center, their mind races through the implications of everything that has just transpired. The Dominion's threat is ever present, but the decision to unite against it carries its own set of risks. The Council members, though united by necessity, still carry their own interests and agendas. Humanity's place in this complex web of diplomacy is still tenuous, and Elias must navigate through delicate negotiations with other races. The prospect of gaining their trust seems more daunting with each passing moment, but Elias understands the significance of their role. They are not just representing Earth. They are the face of humanity's future in the galaxy. Lieutenant Morgan, who has been waiting for Elias's return, approaches with a sense of urgency. There is no time for rest. Admiral Asha is requesting an immediate debrief on the outcome of the council session. The immediate next steps are clear. Coordinate with other fleet commanders, strategize on how to strengthen the alliance, and prepare for any military action that might be required against the Dominion. As Elias listens to Morgan's report, they can't help but feel the pressure mounting. The responsibility of uniting a galaxy that has been divided for so long now rests squarely on their shoulders. The galaxy's survival depends on the ability of humanity and its allies to overcome centuries of distrust and conflict. Despite the intensity of the moment, Elias remains composed. They know that they must lead by example. Their next move will be critical, as the fragile alliance hangs in the balance. The words of Kranos still echo in Elias's mind. Trust is earned. This is not a victory, but a beginning, and there is no time to rest on any perceived success. As they prepare to meet with Admiral Asha and begin strategizing the next phase, Elias feels the weight of the galaxy's future pressing on them. Yet, despite the overwhelming task ahead, there is a spark of determination, a recognition that this moment, this fragile alliance, could be the turning point in the galaxy's battle for survival. As Elias stands in the heart of the Resolute's command center, they can't help but feel a sense of awe at the magnitude of what they are part of. The ship hums with energy, the crew members moving with practiced precision as they prepare for whatever comes next. Every action now feels like a crucial piece in a puzzle that, if assembled correctly, could change the course of galactic history. The Council's decision to unite against the Dominion is a fragile thread in an immense web of politics, alliances, and military strategy. The pressure on Elias is palpable, but they remain focused, knowing that the stakes have never been higher. It's no longer just about Earth or its survival. It's about the survival of countless civilizations across the galaxy. The communicator chimes again, this time from Admiral Asha. Elias's mind shifts to the tactical and strategic concerns that lie ahead. The Dominion remains an unknown enemy, its full capabilities yet to be revealed, but its impact is already being felt across star systems. As the leader of the Resolute and the representative of humanity, Elias knows they must take immediate action. The Council may have united for now, but true cooperation will take time, effort, and a shared vision. There are many races and cultures in the galaxy, each with its own agenda and priorities. Elias must navigate these dynamics carefully, ensuring that humanity's role is seen not just as a contributor, but as an indispensable force in the upcoming fight. Elias understands the burden of leadership that now rests on their shoulders. The challenges are immense: galactic diplomacy, the need for military readiness, the uncertainty of the Dominion's next move. But Elias's calm demeanor masks the weight of responsibility they feel. They know they can't do this alone. They must rely on their crew, on the Council, and on the growing trust among the species that have gathered under the banner of the Galactic Accord. The task of convincing the more reluctant members to commit fully to the fight against the Dominion is daunting, and Elias's leadership will be tested as they guide this fragile alliance toward its next steps. In this pivotal moment, Elias knows that even small actions, like building trust and fostering cooperation, will determine the success or failure of their mission. The room is filled with the hum of activity as plans are set into motion. The first steps toward securing humanity's place in the galaxy have been taken, but the real work is only just beginning. There will be negotiations, military operations, and countless moments of tension ahead. Elias knows that each decision made from this point onward will ripple across the galaxy, affecting not just Earth, but the future of countless species. As they prepare to meet with Admiral Asha and discuss the next phase, Elias feels the weight of these decisions, but also a deep sense of resolve. The alliance has been born from the ashes of distrust, and while it may be fragile, it is also a beacon of hope in a galaxy that has been too long divided.